I think a lot of conservative men are also like bisexual, and they only allow themselves to date people of the opposite gender because of like society and whatnot. Then they think because they are bisexual and they're choosing to only date exclusively those of the opposite gender, that they think that is like the normal experience for everyone who is like gay and whatnot. Because I don't believe that most people are straight. I refuse to believe that most people are straight. And I think a lot of cis people struggle with their gender identity a lot too. But they don't want to do anything about it because they're scared of like societal backlash. Because like, I don't know a lot of people except like conservative men who really like gender stereotypes and whatnot. I don't know a lot of people who like gender norms, beauty expectations. But like, because we are doing something about us and it helps us, and they resonate with our experiences, but they are scared to do something about it, they think that we are wrong. It's just like jealousy, envy, because they don't have the strength to actually come out of the closet and do something about it. Gender is shaped by your culture, by like time period that you're in and whatnot, and it's like ever changing, and it's like put upon you by like the rich white people, you know, especially like Christian white people. Ouch. Especially like rich Christian white people. I strongly believe that like more people are actually trans. Not that they are like, hey, my gender identity doesn't match my gender at birth, but more like, hey, these boxes that society like puts me in because I'm born a certain way is actually rather restrictive, and I'd rather be in the middle. That is why like a lot of people are like struggling with like the concept of non-binary, because they think I actually resonate with that experience, but like society shoves me in that box and I'm like stuck in that box and I don't want to do anything about it out of like, I don't know, being scared, like not having the confidence, not having the supportive environment. I think a lot of people are like, I'm a cis woman and I like masculine things, but I'm still a woman because you're born a certain way. You shouldn't be able to get yourself to call yourself non-binary because like I don't check all the boxes, but we are still basically the same. It's kind of like this scenario where people are like, oh, well, you know, society teaches me to label myself this way. You shouldn't be able to get yourself to label yourself a certain way because our experiences are similar. A lot of women are actually like lesbians and they don't know that they're lesbians because society teaches it's so normal for like a wife to resent their husband. You go outside and you see like two women holding hands, kissing, making out and whatnot, and people are like, oh, they're pretty close friends, right? They're probably roommates. Compulsory heterosexuality. Comphed is the theory that heterosexuality is assumed and enforced upon people by patriarchal, heteronormative, and heteronormative society. The term was popularized by Adrienne Rich in her 1980 essay titled Compulsory Heterosexuality and Lesbian Experience. According to Rich, social science and literature perpetuate the societal belief that women in every culture are believed to have an innate preference for romantic and sexual relationships with men. I mean, that's like the reason why there are conversion camps, you know? It's like if a kid is like, hey, you know, actually I'm gay, they get put into like conversion camps that don't work, where they get bullied and abused into believing that they're actually straight, where they get punished for being who they are and loving who they are naturally attracted to. It happens a lot where people are just like, I don't like being with my husband. I have a good time with my girlfriends. You know, we kiss and make out and all these things. When I'm kissing my husband, I kind of want to throw up. That's just normal, right? That's just a normal heterosexual relationship. I was like, no, you're just gay. That's like the thing that like blows my mind all the time, because these people are also always like, oh, you're turning the kids trans and you're like filling them with these weird things that like confuse them and whatnot. And it's like, if I can tell you about like strawberry ice cream, that doesn't mean that it's going to be your favorite flavor. But like, you know, if you see strawberry ice cream and you taste strawberry ice cream and it's like, that's pretty good, that's not me forcing a favorite flavor onto you. That's literally me showing, hey, this exists. And you can give this a try if that's something that you like resonate with. And if that turns out to be like the right thing for you, that is not me converting you. On the other hand, what a lot of cis straight people do is they have a kid who is like, well, I don't actually like vanilla. And then they get locked up in a camp where they're being force-fed vanilla until they like it. But they're never going to like it. They're just going to like break. That is what cis straight people do. You don't actually care about the children. You just don't want to admit your lifestyle is not the only normal one. It is not the only natural one. You've been bullied into believing that is the only path. And I think that when we talk a lot about our own personal experiences, a lot of people are like resonating with it, but they're shutting it down because it's like, I don't like vanilla too, but I'm just like so used to eating it. I don't mind vanilla. It's not my favorite, but like you should just accept that vanilla is the only option. And then you should be okay with only eating vanilla. And it's like, hey, actually there are lot of other options that you could like pick from. You don't have to like only pick vanilla. It's like, you know, if you don't mind it, that's cool and all, but like you can try out different flavors too. Just because you don't mind vanilla doesn't mean that I shouldn't mind vanilla either. And it doesn't mean that I should just restrict myself to only one flavor just because you restrict yourself. And I think that's like where a lot of issues come from, where people are like, well, you know, I kind of resonate with what you're saying, but I still wouldn't do anything about it because I'm so used to doing it this way. And I think a lot of people are scared to like discover what they're actually like. This is why I believe a lot more people are actually trans. Not in the sense that they want to transition from like male to female, female to male or whatnot, but more in the sense that people are actually like non-binary. I think trans as an umbrella term can be a little bit destructive. It's kind of like taking all other cultures, every other like ethnicity under the umbrella term people of color. So you have like white people and then everyone else, the rest of civilization is just people of color. I think that's kind of like invalidating because if you just shove everyone into like this other category, I think it can be like a little bit limiting when we like speak about these things. I don't personally mind these terms, but like when it goes into like more in-depth stuff, I think there should be like a little bit more nuance to it.